Okay, let's make a book review. So we come to, we'll add a new post, and we're going to say, my book review. And often I know you like to have a book review intro, so this would be like review of this book, 2015 or whatever you want to say, as that little intro that leads into the book review. And now you can have your first, paragraph of text. And we'll just imagine that you've got a bunch of text there. I would suggest that you write your text in this WYSIWYG editor and don't copy and paste it from Microsoft Word or something, mainly because if you try to do that, it will bring over formatting and create problems. Let me know if you really would rather work that way, because there are some tricks to avoid those problems, but it might be better to work in here and then just save the draft, and that way you can get it right. Couple things to note. You want to be able to see these formats and these different, colors and things like that. If you don't, it's probably because this little icon here, toolbar toggle, got clicked inadvertently. So just click on that, and now you can see all these formats. So what this allows you to do with those formats is to add a style to this review of book intro. So we will say review of book intro. And that is a useful thing to do, because now when this gets published, it will have a class associated with it, and we can style that class, and that way you can be consistent. So rather than like every different book review, having you go through and give it a color, making it bold, making it italic, whatever you do, we can just add that one class, and then we can change all of them at once at some point if we want to, and you don't have to worry about sort of doing one at a time, and your site will look consistent. Let's just preview this and see if anything happened. So all that class does right now is make it a light gray. And the other thing it does is removes the initial cap, which will look weird on such a short paragraph. If you want to see whether anything happened other than clicking preview, you can just click anywhere in that paragraph, and you can see that this remove initial cap and this book review intro, those have both been selected. I would suggest writing your text first, kind of, text, 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 another paragraph, text, text, text. And then possibly then insert an image. And the reason to do that is just because the WYSIWYG gets a little funny once you insert images. I'm sure you've had this experience. I would just put the image like on a separate line, like right here. You can click Add Media. I've already got an image I've uploaded. When you're looking for images, try to find big ones. This one's actually not quite big enough. See, it says 688 by 371. Try to find ones that are probably over 800 pixels wide or so. Just they'll look sharper, and if you want to make it like the width of your column of content, it'll be better if it's bigger like that. This one will make it float right, so it can be a little smaller. And see how, now this kind of messes up our look in the WYSIWYG, but when we go to preview, it should look okay, and it does. The next thing, the other thing is that by doing the paragraphs of text first and then the image, now we can kind of keep writing here, and we're not all totally messed up about where we are. I just think it's probably smarter. So what we didn't do is write all the text first. We'll pretend that we did. Let's say you have a quote that you want to put in from your review. You want to do something like, from Wolf in White Van, here is a block quote. Whatever. What you can do is you can select that right there, and this is a little block quote icon, and now it's a block quote. Actually, let's just even go down, not even make that kind of formatting change until we have our final, bit of text. You don't have to do it this way. Again, it's a little frustrating if you select all of this, say a block quote, and now you want to add more text. WordPress kind of doesn't want to let you do that. See, it's still a block quote, so we unblock with that. Well, that's fine, that'll work, but it's just worth noting. I think it's a little easier to write all your text first and then go through and add images and format. And now let's do this little style called, what is it, block quote source. This is just going to turn that, or not block quote source, it was block quote title. So that's where it'll say, excuse me, I inadvertently made a block quote source. We don't want that. And leave the remove initial cap. That's fine. And now let's preview this. And now it's made it a block quote, and we've got that nice red intro there. Of course, you don't have to use that, so you don't need to add that formatting. You can just delete that if you'd like. We could treat this as a block quote, just a standard block quote with no special thing. The source would be like, name of reviewer or whatever you want it to do as the source, and you can select that, and now you can come here and you can say block quote source. Let's look at what that does. Preview. Name of reviewer. We obviously don't want that initial cap, so we did want to make sure that we've got this remove initial cap. So there you go. Now let's look at it, and it should look right, and it does. And there's a little bit of going in there and just editing it to make it look good. Of course, you can avoid that by just writing basic text and not doing any of these special formatting things, but the formatting is just sort of nice. It gives you a little bit of extra detail that you can add in. And that's all I'll say for making a book review.